Hi there again, it's Bart here from Bodjabart. We're about to start welding these studs in these things here that we did the other day, or the other week. So we're just going to weld that up. So we'll get cracking on that. Things always move around. Right, we better get a jacket on so I don't ruin a nice shirt. So we've got a little bit of welding to do. I've got some other bits to do as well. Here we go. I think it might help if I turn it on first, eh? I know the settings are right from last time, we shouldn't have any trouble with that. Here we go. Nozzle's clean. I think I need a glove. That should be it. Yep. They're not going to come out of there in too much of a hurry. Alright, that's that done. Now what we have to do is we've got to go and make a couple of little wee sleeves up for those brackets to hold the motor, the motor. So we'll duck away and do that, and we'll bring the cart around here for welding, to weld everything on that. So we've just got that to do next. I think so. I really need to make those sleeves. I also cut this thing, turn that off. I've also cut this round aluminium piece. I just used a hole saw. I think we measured it to be 60mm, so this is about 58mm across from there to there. And I've got to drill a bigger hole in it, but before I do that, I'll see if it's going to be okay to use it. But that's for that muffler, so that'll fit on the engine, and then the pipe comes out, so it'll go straight that way. We just got to drill some holes in it to make that happen, and we've got to polish up the sides, so we get a good seal from the gaskets. So that's another thing we have to do, so let's get in there as well. So I'll duck away and make these bushes up, or these sleeves, and I'll see you in a bit. Yep, here we are, we're at the lathe. I've decided to show you I'm just going to make those bushes up. So I've got this here. I also have something else down here. So, oh, it's up there. So if this here fits in there, I might just use, I think I might just use this, turn this down. Got this bar here, which came out of an old thing, and it's pretty close to going in. But I think this one's stainless. Either or, I've got this bit here, got a wee bit here as well. I think I'll use this a little bit. Right. So we just got to get two bushes that'll go inside there. It's about that long, this will do. And yeah, so we'll get into turning these down to fit inside there. That thing heated up red hot. It's because it's so thin. that fits in there, I'll be happy. Yeah, look at that. That'll be good. Yeah. Woohoo! That is. Look at that. That got really hot. That drill bit must be not very good. Okie dokie. I'll have to part that off. And we've got the parting tool in here to do it, so that's good. It didn't drill all the way through, did it? I thought we had it. I don't want to put that drill through it because it got burnt. It definitely got burnt. Look at that, it turned it to blue. It definitely heated up, something chronic. Right, what we do is we'll put this smaller one through. And then that, hopefully, will just break away. Here we go. Just put a little bit of rogue hole in here because that's all I need. Okay, here we go. Rightio, what do we got? That one fits in there beautifully. That goes in there. Perfect. Right, so that one's okay. The other one, I can't get that out there. There we go. The other one, this didn't go up. So, okie doke. Goes in one end but not the other. That drill. Just run up and down there. That's when it'd be nice if you had a set of reamers. They're a little bit too dear for me. Ah, thought I heard something. Hello? Trying to sneak up on me, are you? Oh, you come to see me? It's Shelby's here again. Hey, coming to say g'day? Hey, you're a good girl, aren't you? Come to see Dad. Hey, what a sweetie. Rightio, Shelby. What I have to do is go and doctor this drill up a bit more because we saw how it got a bit burnt and did not like it, so that we can run it up the guts of that one again. So I'll just turn you off and I'll go and sharpen this up and I'll be back. Hi there, we're back. Young Shelby's come and decided to come and visit us. So I've sharpened that drill up, but I didn't muck around too much with it. It's still got a little bit of stuff on it, but it should be just enough to get the hole out, hopefully. Just need to clean that hole out. So it looks like it's on there for that end. It's enough. We're done with those little bushes. Fantastic. Right, put them both on there because they're both going to be a part of that. Yep, so that with this here on here into there like so, and the other one will be on there, connects to the motor. And a couple of nuts on there, or a nut on there and a nut on there, and they'll lock onto the motor. And then the other ones we got to weld onto the cart, which will push the motor up back and forth. So we'll tidy up now. Oh, we've got a bit of a mark on there. It must, oh, it spun round in the chuck. Look at that. It'll still be alright. It's only a sleeve, it doesn't have to be pretty. But what's happened when it's done that, okay, because it's done that, it's put a ridge on it. Yep, you can feel it. You just need to take that ridge off. Can't put it in the lathe because it won't work. Pretty much just, that sounds like that nut. He's probably riding around, no helmet. He's an absolute idiot. He rides in the park down the road. That's how much of an idiot he is. Tunes the field up. Run out of time quickly. We took Shelby somewhere this morning and it took up a bit of time, but still won't go on. When you're doing things to a tight tolerance, which means really close to the line, right, we'll try and see if we can do it this way. Even though that's what caused the damage last time. Right, glasses on. It's just a little bit ridgy. Still didn't get it. Oh, I think I might just push them in. I think I might just push it in because it doesn't. Yeah, I just pushed it in there. There you go, it's alright. That's fine. The other one will fit in the other one. Here we go. Right, so we've got two bushes. Hey Shelby, there she is, moving around. How are you? Put this away now. I think we're done with that for the day. She's looking for a place to settle down. Take the drill out. Maybe not. Yep. Oh yeah. I had a spare one, didn't I? Okie doke, take that out. Right, yeah, before I pack up completely, I've got to do a test thing. My friend, young Grant, he gave me some metal yesterday and said try this out, see if you can machine it, because he's given me other stuff that I can't machine, it's just too hard. But he's given me this new stuff, and if I can machine it, he's got some more bits and pieces, and they'll make perfect axles for go-karts if I ever need any. So we've got the, I'll have to open up the door to get the thing in the lathe, but this is my first one. This here, yeah, so the front thread's been rolled. So I'll just stick it in the lathe and see if I can turn it down without damaging the tools. I think one of the other times when we were turning something down, you saw how it just disintegrated the tools. So this is the type of metal that will do that. He wasn't sure what it was, but it's a high grade type of steel. But if we can machine it, we can use it for axles. And that will be a bonus. Hey, right, let's see if this turns and machines without damaging the tools too much. Hey. This tool's a bit blunt now anyway, but we'll see how we go. High speed. Did blunt it a bit, but I think that'll machine just nicely. The other stuff I can't even get in there. Is it playing sounds low, Shell? Oh, look at that! Oh. Sorry about that. It was like an old airplane flying overhead. Well, that machine's pretty good. Right. Now I've got this other stuff here, which is a lot bigger. Here's this stuff, and I don't think I'll get it up the guts of my lathe. I think my lathe's too small. Yep, my lathe's too small. Okie doke. So what we have to do is, like we cut it with a saw, we have to go and cut it. So I'll duck away and cut a piece off it. And then we'll stick it in the lathe and see if we can machine it. Hey there, we're back. We've cut a piece off and we'll see what we can do with it. Blunts it, but I can turn it. I don't know if it's worth the worry, to be honest. I really don't know if it's worth the worry. Maybe a couple of bits. I don't think I want too much of it because I can't get it in the lathe. I cannot get it in the lathe, but it does turn better than some of the other stuff. I know that there's quite a lot of this stuff. But if I was able to get it in the lathe and use it as axles, it would be alright. But it's just... it's a shame. It just takes a lot of work. I'll see, I'll think about it. Get a couple of bits, because I'm pretty sure I can turn it. It does turn way better than some of that other stuff you can do that I can't even get a tool into. So I can turn it. Turns up pretty good. The other stuff's way better though. I like the other stuff. Alright. Okay, that'll be this for the lathe. I think I've done everything I need to do on the lathe. I'm trying to think if there was something else I had to do. I don't think so. No, I don't think there is. Okay, so I'll turn you off here. Not before. I'll show you what else my friend gave me, young Grant. He gave me a whole pile of this stuff. I'll show you what else there is. They're only small bits of metal, but all these little bits help. And we'll have a look, eh? Let's have a look. So give me this bucket here, full of stuff. Bits of metal. Look at that, eh? We've got sharp, round bits. Oh, you know what they're going to be used for? They're going to be front axles. Look at that. Yep. More pins. Good piece of round on that. These are all bits that fail on this thing. That's a bit of alley. Ooh, that's all right. It's even got. I wonder if I can find a shaft with a key. Gee, it's even keywayed. There's a whole pile of little bits and bobs in there. Nice shafts, threaded bits. There's a lot of stuff in there we'll be able to use. And then he's given me this one here as well. And we got giant nuts with big things. I'll probably don't know what I can use them for. But we got another piece of metal there. We got all of these, like those other bits that I've used. These things here. These, that's fantastic. Like Christmas, look at it. Fantastic. Alright, we'll leave that. We've got to find a home for all of those. And, yeah. Thank you, Grant. Yep, we're back. And what I've discovered is I've had to do something to this. So, to this here. We've got that shaft that goes in there. And when I put this on, I ground the bottom of this here. But that didn't work either, you see. When you put this on, goes in there, it hits. So we've got a bit of a gap just there. And when you put the one on the other side, there is no gap. Well, there's no gap. It doesn't have a big gap like that one does. So what I've discovered is that on the motor, this side has a big lip. Right there, you can see a lip. It's right there, and it's part of the case. And then on this side, there isn't a lip. There's nothing in there. And so this one fits in there really good. So what I've had to do is make a washer up to go on there, practically the thickness of that there, the thickness of that there, this piece in here. So that's what I've had to do. Oh, we're back here. So, and this piece here, which I cut off something else that I'm making for one of the kids at school, ends up, I used a hole saw, and this ends up being the right thickness and the right diameter, and I just drilled a bigger hole, it fits on there, and that gives me the clearance I need to put this on, which we'll put up that way. And then that gives me the clearance, just like that. And on this side, we just got the normal on this side. So that goes there and that goes there, so yeah, so that worked out pretty good. So what we'll do is we'll put a couple of nuts on, just holding the camera at the moment, so bear with me. So got a couple of nuts on there. Whoop. Yep, there we go, and we got this one in there. And we've got another nut over here. So this is going to go on here like so. So if we can get those tight enough, get these tight enough, it's a bit hard with it. Alright, there we go, that's tight there. And that's tight there. And so what I'll do is, I'll probably put tight and tight. I'll probably put nylock nuts on those, I would say, to hold those tight. Now we have the other piece, this other bit here, which we're going to screw into there. There we go, it goes in there like so. I'm actually running out of time. It's a bit later than I anticipated. So that'll go on there like so. And we'll put the other one on. Okay, we've got the other one to go on. Here we go. And as you see, they'll fit in there like that. And that's like that there. Okay. And then what we have to do is get the other, we have to get a couple of 10mm bolts to go through there for these two other ones to sit on. Yeah, I was hoping to get that welded up today, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. And I was hoping to put the seats on, and that's not going to happen either, which is a bit of a shame. But oh well, next time. Time gets away, and you know, I was doing something else for one of the kids at school, so that's why I've got behind a little bit. And we just line that up. So that looks, I think that looks pretty good. We shall get a couple of those other little brackets and put them on like that. I think that's what we'll do. And then we'll might find a couple of 10mm bolts, just temporary, to go in there and have this ready for welding. I've had to bring it down because I was going to wheel it around the back to weld it up, but I'm not going to be able to now. So I'll just sign off again while I go and get these other brackets. Here we are, we're back. So what I've done is I've gone away and got those other brackets there, these two here, and on that one, and I've hooked them up. And so the chain is a little bit on the loose side, So in theory, these have pulled all the way up, so if I was to move these like that, it would push the motor. If I was to undo this so it opens up, it should push the motor up that way a little bit more. So what I will do is I will put a bit more tension on this chain, because I don't want to be able to move it too far, but there's quite a bit of movement in pushing it up, so that should take all of that out. So all we have to do is mark out where these are, leave them where they are probably, and tack them in place. I'm quite happy with the way that turned out actually. That should just move them up there nicely. And then we have to sort out this bracket for the disc brake, and I think what I'll do is I'll mount it off this bar. I was thinking to mount it on the other side there, but there's not much room, and I've got the kickstarts there, so what I'll do is I'll probably mount it on this bar just down in here. If I can make a bracket up to go here to hold the brake caliper, and we should be right for mounting that there. So we'll see how I get on next week with mounting all this stuff. So I'll just leave all that on actually while I lift it back up into where it is, but I think that's pretty much it. At the moment the motor it looks not too bad. And that round disc that I made, this thing here, I've had a look at it, and it's going to sit in there on top of that just underneath that flange. So I've checked it out, and it's the right size, so all I have to do is polish it up and drill some holes to mount that up so that that neck will go straight that way and the carburetor will sit straight. So I think that's going to work pretty good. So we just got to tidy him up a bit and clean it and make it nice and smooth for it to sit down straight on the motor. And then the manifold, the carby manifold there can, intake manifold, that's what it's called, the intake manifold can sit on top of that and be positioned in front, so you won't hit your leg on it when you're sitting on it. So that'll be good. So that worked out alright as well, and that was, I just did that with a hole saw. So we're getting closer. I haven't fixed the steering part up yet, that broken screw, I haven't done that yet. But next week we'll get this done and hopefully get the seat on. I just ran out of time this week, and if I do that, then the following week it will be, got to take that nick out of that piece and underneath there. We've got to take a chunk out of there because the chain just grabs on it. We could do what the Cars and Camera boys do, is say self-clearing, but we won't do that. It's only just a matter of taking a little bit out with a file, I think. We'll do that. That'll be right. I could put a little rider up, I guess. That would clear it. Nah, it's more work. We just take a chunk out. And then we've got to make up a bracket to go across here for the kickstart, so that we can probably have an arm out here. I won't be able to work it that way, so if we go like that, well, you can't really see what I was doing, so if we have an arm out here, down here, and then we pull it, and hopefully we can get enough pressure to turn the engine over. But usually it's a kickstart, and we won't be able to kickstart it because the motor's in the road. So we just have to see how we go on that one, won't we? There's always different things to sort of have a look at and sort out, but I think we'll get there. Once we get this motor sorted out and the seat on, steering wheel done. Oh, we've still got the pedals to do yet. Oh, haven't done that. Plus we've got to mount a gas tank, which we have that. We mount that up in the front and run a line down and into the carby, hopefully. I don't know how that's going to work. I'll have to have a look. It's either mount the thing up in the front or on that bar that's at the back here. That might be better, and then the petrol can run down into there. I'll have to have a look. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. Alright, what I'll do is I'll leave you with that, and what we'll do is catch you next time. So like and subscribe. Catch you next time. See you later.